So when you talk about, I mean, this is about your other ministry, when you talk about inflation around fuel prices, can you explain to us what all did you do to navigate the question of diplomacy around oil? And how was the PM sort of involved in this? And in the coming days, would you see oil companies sort of like passing on their gains to common people?
Well, first and foremost, let me just state upfront for you and your viewers that our energy consumption is shooting up. Today, 5 million barrels a day of crude oil we are consuming. It's likely to go up to 6.5 in the coming time. We have three challenges, or rather we had three challenges, we still have three challenges. One is availability. For a country which is dependent on imports, up to 80% for its crude oil and about 50% or so for natural gas, clearly what happens in the rest of the world is of importance to us. Second one is affordability, and the third one is sustainability. This is what I call the trilemma. Insofar as availability is concerned, I think yes, we were able to diversify our sources of supply, which were at 27 earlier, to 39 now. We have been absolutely flexible. Without hesitation, if we could buy crude cheaper somewhere or more readily somewhere, we use the market card because we also realize that we have that advantage. Let me give you an example. When the military action took place, Russia-Ukraine, in February 2020, we bought hardly any oil from the Russians. I think, if memory serves me right, 0.2% or so only. That suddenly changed, and we started buying more and more and more oil. Now, of late, last 2-3 months, that has become less. We are buying more oil from Iraq, more from the UAE. Oil purchases are not undertaken by the government. It's not that the ministry gets in and buys the oil. There are private sector players and there are what we call the OMCs, or oil marketing company. All of them have one thing in common, that they want to access the maximum amount at the cheapest price. So they will follow, they will issue tenders, and whoever applies, they will get it. The government has an important role to play, because if the international prices, which went up from $19.56 for a barrel in when the lockdown was complete, well, no consumption, then it shot up to $120. Now, if there's such a variation, there will be winners and there will be losers. The winners, those who produce the oil, obviously they'll be very happy the price has gone up. Some of those people who are in the refining business and reselling the business will be reasonably happy. But there are others, consumers also. A lot of people take a beating. So I can give you same thing for gas if international prices go up. But I want to first give you some comparative figures. I always believe that comparisons have to be amongst roughly similarly placed countries, etc. But what did the government do? On two occasions, November 2021 and May 2022, the central government, largely the Prime Minister with others, joining in. I'll tell you why I mean the other. We reduced the excise on petrol and diesel on two occasions. The BJP ruled states also brought down the VAT that they charge. Okay. Now, if you see the prices between different listing in Guwahati, now I'm comparing July 23 to July 23, because we are now in August, so July month, we are 16 days or so into August. Guwahati petrol was retailing at 98 rupees, 3 paise. In Kolkata, it was retailing at 106 rupees and 3 paise, difference of 8 rupees. Between Gandhinagar and Jaipur, the difference was 96.63 in Gandhinagar, 108.48 in Jaipur. Difference of 11 rupees 85 paisa. Vasudha ji, I tell you another thing. You don't buy 1 liter of petrol. Depending on the vehicle that you use, your tank may be 30 liters or it may be 50 liters or even more. Just imagine if it's a 50 liters tank and the difference in price per liter is 11 rupees 85 paisa. 50 multiplied by 11.85, that's a sizable difference. I will come now to diesel. I'll give you one example. In July 23 comparison period, Imphal 87 rupees 15 paise diesel per liter, Hyderabad 97 rupees 82 paise, difference of 10 rupees 67 paise. Again I put that same multiplier. Then in other words, if you go into one of these states and you have a capacity of 50, I mean, out of a sizable amount of money, it may not affect the very well-to-do. Gandhinagar and Amravati, 7 rupees 23 paise difference, 92.38 in Gandhinagar and 99.61 in Amravati. Okay. Now, I am just going to go away from that and come to country comparison. What is the increase that took place between June 21 and June 23? I'm taking a 2-year period. India, the increase was 2.36%. All right? Let me give you some countries in India's immediate neighborhood. Pakistan, 50.83% increase. In Sri Lanka, 79.61% increase. Nepal, 42.39% increase. USA, 30.15% increase. Canada, 24.17% increase. Let me go to diesel now, very quickly. In increase, ours is 4.97%, Pakistan 40.81%, Bangladesh 50.11%, Sri Lanka 130.65%, Nepal 46.35%. Just compare it with USA 29.31%. All right, you can turn around and say, well, countries are placed in different circumstances. One country they can afford, it doesn't matter. I'm not going into that. I'm taking the same country for the same period. In other words, if there was an affordability in June 21, it doesn't change very much in June 23. Look at the percentage changes. So I make the submission to you, madam, that we were able to ensure availability. At no time in the last few years have we allowed any form of shortage, including during the torrential rains in the northeast. Our oil marketing company, their people carried cylinders on their shoulders and delivered them in the heavy rain. Affordability, I gave you the statistics. Availability, affordability, and sustainability is the best story. Our biofuel percentage is going up. The work we are doing on CNG is showing results. CBG, we are not only now doing ethanol production from the traditional feed, which is sugar, maize. We are also going into 2G. 2G means making it from agricultural waste. Instead of burning the parali, we have a plant in Panipat where we make ethanol from